just wanted it to be known that I just felt uncomfortable with the hasty decision to pay off the debt service with the $2.3 million. One of the things that I had gone on record as advocating for is some of these REIT funds to be used for an affordable housing project. And all we really kind of decided was 10 grand for a toilet, which I personally think should be more. I think we need a lot more than $10,000 to invest in outdoor toilets or some kind of shower, any kind of water facility, because 10 grand isn't really going to get us much. I would have liked to see some of the REIT money used for one of these types of projects. Is it allowable for a public?
We'd have to
restroom?
consult our attorney on public
Okay.
restrooms. There's two areas that is allowable for, and we did a presentation to the finance committee, I believe back in June. We can provide that document, talked about affordable housing funding options, and one of those are REIT. One is a percentage of the funds to the end of 26. Percentage of what our allocation is per year, what we're budgeting, what we bring in, could be used toward capital improvements, which is a build out of shelters and things like that, or affordable units. The second one, which expires at the end of 24, is a percent of the funds that is for services. So rental assistance, which we're providing, things that are in the budget, those types of services. So our proposal without a capital plan in front of us, not to set aside these funds because they're earmarked with a timeline. We'd want to know what program or how we'd apply those dollars to existing entities that provide that service.
Thank you. I suppose really, I'm just uncomfortable with this hasty decision. And I feel like if we aren't all knowledgeable about it and the options, and I super appreciate that you brought these numbers to us. I'm a numbers person too. I'm not a CPA, but I definitely respond well to your projections and respect, your experience. And this does not, I understand what you're saying, when you're, and I know it's not exactly, this is not everybody's language. And I think for me, I would feel a lot more comfortable if we waited to make this decision, maybe made it a retreat item, if that was something that y'all were amenable to. Because I just feel like if we rushed ahead with this, that our constituents would be hurt by this decision when we don't really have anything in place to, we have a lot of affordable housing programs, $2 million put aside for that. But we don't have a good plan in place for our most vulnerable folks, because we know that some of these other affordable housing projects are really exclusive. And they're not all actually able to be used efficiently. We know community frameworks may have issues, but we know that, the housing vouchers sometimes have issues because there's landlords that don't want to take those folks. So I guess what I'm saying is we have a lot more to think about. We're all new, and it would be good for us to digest this issue a little more. I'm mostly concerned with the fact that we have sort of obligated ourselves with some of these public works and parks projects. We have in our committees and in this council, we've given the head nods to go ahead and pursue these contracts, knowing that that our finance department has, they have a match requirement. One thing that I do feel like could have been done better was maybe educating us on where the match is being, allocated from. I think that's something that I could have benefited from this year, newly on council and newly learning about these funding sources, so that I was better educated as we're moving through this budget process on exactly where that match is being earmarked from. That's all I'd like to say. I'm going to turn it over to y'all to discuss.
Thank you for the